Money matters, right? We live in a society where no matter how rich or poor you are, a huge part of making any purchase is whether or not you feel like you're getting a good value. Everybody wants to feel like they got a deal. They got their money's worth. They're not getting ripped off or taken advantage of or throwing their money down the drain. You want to feel like you are able to spend your money wisely, and that's a good thing. But it's a fine line when it comes to long-term services that you're going to be receiving to know whether or not something is a good deal or if you're losing the quality of your service. So in this video, I'm not just going to explain to you how to choose a fertilizer company or a lawn care company that's going to be a good fit for you, your lawn, and your budget, but also why the cheapest company might not be the best choice. So I know in past videos you guys have suffered through going back to biology class and geology class with me, but today we're going to go back and review some economics real quick. Fertilizer and other lawn care companies are just like any other business. There are specific things that set the tone for the budget, whether it's labor, equipment, transportation, maintenance, insurance. It all has to be measured and rolled together to determine what the cost is going to be for the services being provided. Every company is different. These factors can be influenced by different variables, such as the size of the company, their resources, the products they're using, the equipment they're choosing, if they're paying their employees minimum wage or living wage. It just depends. But more often than not, competitors in any industry are going to have kind of the same trend between these costs that allows for them to stay competitive with one another. A company plans its expenses, plans its budget, and looks at what its competitors are charging for similar services. And based on that, they plan what the cost is going to be that they offer to their potential new clients so that they have a good chance of signing up the work, but don't risk going into the red. However, when a company is setting its prices at an exceptionally low rate, more often than not, there's a reason why, and most likely it's either caused by or leading up to a reduction in one of those values that is influencing where that bar is set. A cheap company can mean one or more of the following. Cheap products. Cheap products can mean really basic fertilizer or less effective weed control or grass seed that's contaminated with weed seed. Cheap equipment, and that can cause frequent breakdowns that could occur on your property, or inconsistent application rates, or really uneven and kind of wonky looking mowing patterns. Cheap labor. That can mean that the company has a skeleton crew or undermotivated employees or kind of a revolving door of a different applicator every time you get a service. And less to offer. If a company has any of these other things going on, there's a good chance that they have less experience, less education in the industry, fewer resources, and less time, energy, and attention to give to you and your property on a unique, customized basis. These possibilities are pretty uniform across a lot of industries, but even more specifically to fertilizer companies, there are additional things to take into consideration. Fewer applications. 3 or 4 treatments to a lawn on paper will always look cheaper than 7 or 8 that's spread out more evenly. Oftentimes this means that your lawn is missing out on key nutrients at key parts of the year as a result of an outdated or old school program. Not to say there's anything wrong with this program, it's just not ideal for a lot of lawns, especially in our area. Narrow coverage. A lot of times if a cheaper company is offering fertilizer services, that doesn't mean that they have access to or are offering a fungicide program or targeted weed control for things like nutsedge or Bermuda that are outside the scope of what's normally covered. And no soil amendments. That can be a really big deal because a lot of the times if a cheaper company is using basic products or an incomplete program, it means that they're not supplementing their typical NPK fertilizer with things like humic acid or biochar or any of the things that are going to build a richer soil environment and make your lawn more self-sustaining. That's important. And don't think I'm trying to get down on the companies that are able to provide low-cost options for services. A lot of the time, having something done is better than having nothing done. We're all drawn in by the idea of the cheap option. It's so appealing. Everybody likes to save money. It feels good. That's why all of our neighborhoods are surrounded by big box stores and fast food restaurants. It's convenient, it's cheap, and you trust that you're getting what you need. But there is a tried and true saying that I tell so many people: you get what you pay for. And guys, I hate that. I hate that because it gives the industry a bad name. If you're going to cut corners on the quality of your service in order to provide people with the cheapest rate available, you're not going to have those clients for long. And if you as a homeowner are looking to save money, it's a better idea to work with the company that might be a little bit more expensive, but has a good reputation for being there for its clients, to see if there's a way to still work with them for the budget that you have and make sure that you feel like you're getting that deal, but not compromising on quality. Here's what you should look for when you are hiring a professional fertilizer company or anyone else in lawn care: a strong reputation and visible results. Right out of the bat, if you're researching companies, you will see this in terms of a ton of 5-star reviews, not just 3 or 4 and no other reviews at all, but dozens or hundreds of 5-star reviews. On their website, they're going to have pictures of work that they themselves have done. It's not going to be an obvious stock photo. They're going to have a gallery that shows dozens and dozens of success stories so that you can see what they're capable of. And they're going to have a strong referral network. You're going to hear about them from your friends. You're going to see them doing services in your neighborhood. You're going to see them on your community Facebook page because they have the reputation for doing reliable work. Business longevity and experience. This is really important. While it's great to work with a company that is just starting up, it might not necessarily be the one that can make serious strides in the quality of your lawn. You want to find a company that has been around for a good amount of time and has no plans to downsize or disappear during the time that you try to work with them. This is also a company that has experienced supervisors and owners and does a lot to train their employees. They're going to be licensed in the services that they're providing, and their own company is going to be licensed and insured. Local and personalized. To me, this is one of the biggest things. There's nothing worse than speaking to someone different every time that you have to interact with a representative of this company. And it's just as bad if you call in and there's never anyone there to answer because they just don't have the support staff that they need to handle all of their customer service needs. A company that is still well established, has a good reputation, and is locally owned is going to have the resources to be able to provide you with that customized service and make sure that any of your concerns or questions are answered quickly. And at the end of the day, when you're making an investment of hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the care of your lawn on a year-to-year basis, that decision of who to hire with that responsibility needs to be made with trust and confidence. You should get a good value for the money that you're investing in the service, but that value shouldn't be determined simply by who is costing the least. It should be determined by who's giving you the most for the money that you're spending. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that the most expensive company is the best either. There is a middle ground, and that's why it's important to get more than just 2 quotes. Get 3 or 4 and keep exploring and looking for referrals until you can find the company that you know is going to be a good fit for you. And here's a secret. If you ask one of the representatives of the company that you speak with, whether it's over the phone or in person, what they recommend, how many companies should I meet with? What should I be looking for in a lawn service provider? That's a good indicator of whether or not that company is a good fit, because a good company is going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, yeah, get multiple quotes. They're going to tell you kind of what I've told you in terms of look for the company that's providing you with this checklist. They're going to give you those resources because they want you to make the right decision. A good fertilizer company, any kind of good company, is going to want to establish a confident relationship with you from the get-go so that they know that you made an educated decision. So tell me about your experience, whether you're a professional company or a homeowner that has invested in lawn care services. Have you had any experiences like the ones that I've described? I enjoy hearing from you guys, and I appreciate you watching today. Be sure in a couple of days to tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm going to be sitting down cross-camera with John Perry, the creator of Lawncology, the next products of Greene County Fertilizer, liquid aeration, liquid dethatch, and so much more, to talk specifically about liquid aeration and how it's a good alternative for a lot of clients that we have and hope to have soon. I appreciate you guys joining us today. I hope you join us in a couple of evenings. Take care and have a picture perfect day.